So, hello everyone. Welcome back to a very second episode of the Menya Health Hub podcast. So, here we are going to teach you all about health and everything that you want to know about health. So, my name is Sandrine Uwase, and I'll be your moderator of today's podcast.
Thank you. My name is Kwizera Eric, and I'm the founder of the Menya Health Hub. And it's my pleasure, of course, to be here with you today.
Thank you. My name is Belize, and I am a representative of Rwanda Nutrition Student Association, and I'm happy to be with you today.
Thank you very much. So today we are going to have a really hot talk. So we are going to talk about HIV. So across Rwanda, there has been a rise of numbers, especially among youth that are aged between 20 to 24. There has been a rise of HIV and a really high incidence of HIV. So that's why we're going to talk about HIV today. So what do you know about HIV?
So thank you. Yeah, it's of course rising an issue nowadays in Rwandan youth and across the globe, because around 39 millions in 2023 there was contacted HIV. So
That's
this
a
is
big number.
it's a big number. So what I know, HIV, it's a condition. It's a human immunovirus which attack the body cells and decrease its ability to fight other diseases. And its end stage is where we start to say someone have AIDS. So this is a disease which attack body and make it very weak. You may find people with this disease having tuberculosis and another disease which come because the body has weakened. So it's not a thing which everyone can wish to have, because it affects you in whole body. Yeah, and it is contacted mainly in sexual transmission and other bloody things. So we have to be aware of this issue.
That's really right.
Yeah.
So youth out here have been saying that they should fear being pregnant instead of fear contacting HIV. Is that right?
It's a kind of tricky question, but
So between pregnancy and the virus, what would you choose?
a boy who want to be pregnant or
So either a boy or a girl.
yeah. Oh, okay, thank you. I can say all the things. Unwanted pregnancy also, it's a problem. HIV also, it's a problem.
I
So
think HIV is worse because we are going to live with the virus for our whole lives.
yeah, the worst thing that people who have an unwanted pregnancy may contact also, it's a HIV. So HIV, it's worse than unwanted
HIV is really
pregnancy,
worse.
but also unwanted pregnancy, it's also a kind of question to someone who doesn't expecting. Yeah.
That's really right. So, as the statistics that are out here, it's that the youth between 20 to 24 have increased at least 33% with the HIV virus. So, that's a really big number. So, before we continue, please, youth, beware of the virus. So, to our next speaker. So, what are the preventive strategies that could be done so as us youth could prevent contacting HIV? And after us contacting HIV, what's our way forward?
Definitely, there is a lot of way of coping with a disease or HIV, AIDS. Most importantly, you have to know that your health start first. Not money, not everything that we are literally engaging ourselves in. First, I think the youth or anyone else should be aware and stay fidelity, being abstinent, don't engage in sexual intercourses, just guard yourself. You are the first guardian to your life.
Yeah, that should be our first priority.
And if most important, and the next perspective or the next way of coping with it is, if you are literally down there, it's like downfall, you can use condoms. They are there. You can also use different artificial contraceptives, which are going to help you with not getting infected with HIV or AIDS. And most importantly, it's not going to also only prevent you from HIV, it's also going to prevent you from other STDs. And also unwanted pregnancy for the girls and any other issues related to that things. So you'll be
Unwanted
stay healthy.
pregnancy affects both both males and females.
Yeah, sure. That is
that's
that
true.
is true.
That's true.
And families too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sure. And if you are like infected, you already acquired the disease, you're not going to be there and sit and have this alone environment. That's why we are here. We just want to make sure that you can also live in society with the disease, with the conditions. But what are you have to do first? You have to go to the clinics. You have to go there and just speak yourself. Say that I have a health condition. I really want to know how I'm supposed to live with it. And after you have like some medicaments or some drugs, you can also go to the nutritionist, someone there, like I am in that department
Nutrition
right now,
sector, yeah.
in nutrition center. They can also facilitate you or help you coping with what am I supposed to eat? What do have to be my diet? What have to be my balanced diet? What should I put on my plate? Some eggs, some avocados, so that thing's going to boost your immunity. That's first, and then you're going to live more years, more than someone who's not taking the drugs. Because like, if am I supposed to live like 10 years after I am having all the strategies, I'm coping with all the strategies, and I'm supposed to live for 10 years, and that shift to someone who's not doing the same to me. It's like, who not doing the same thing as I am doing it. It's like they're going to survive like 2 years. Probably it's like 2 years. If I'm supposed to live like 10 years.
What's there to be scared of if you're not taking care of our nutrition once we're infected?
The most scary thing is, as I am in a nutrition center, I don't advise someone to take drugs without eating. Because it's something that have to be go hand in hand. If I am having drugs, I have to eat as well, because drugs can't do everything in my body. I still need nutrients, because the first thing is having balanced diet for other diseases or like non-communicable diseases. You first regulate your eatings. But for HIV is a little bit different condition, because you still need drugs, and as well you still have a balanced diet. Because if I am having drugs and my stomach is empty,
Yeah.
and then you are not going to live a healthy life. That's all I could say.
Yeah, that's really right. So nutrition is really needed. Not only if you're infected are you going to take the drugs only, but what the virus really does, it's going to heal your immune system. So nutritionists are always there to help us cope up with our status and our immune status by taking a well-balanced diet and by taking all the crucial items that are needed for our health. So
Absolutely.
a quick test for each and every one of us.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Please don't be.
Yeah, I'm scared
So
somehow.
if a person is if a person is bitten by mosquitoes, do you think that person is going to contact HIV?
No, that is definitely a myth, because we all are aware now. I definitely thank nowadays government from Rwanda, because they are really doing a good job for sensitizing and mobilizing the youth all over the country and the countrysides, because they have to differentiate malaria from STDs.
Yeah.
Because in the way of getting infected is totally different.
Yeah.
Someone is going to have a mosquito bites, and they're going to be infected with malaria. And malaria is not STD.
So
STD
which
is
way are people getting infected with HIV?
sexual intercourse, and that is a higher percentage of people getting infected in sexual intercourses. But there's also other ways, but not mosquito bites.
Yeah, not mosquito bites.
Yeah.
Sure.
So another question. You're gonna tell me if it's a myth or a fact.
Yeah.
So if we consistently use condoms,
Yeah.
are we reducing the risk of contracting HIV?
Absolutely. So this is the thing I can say. When you use condom, I advise people to be abstained if you are not having the lights. You know, some people there is an age where you can say, yeah, I'm married. You are married. You have someone who is your spouse. You can be allowed to do sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
But with condoms, are those people who are not able to abstain from not having sex. So condoms are the only way, second to abstinence, which can protect people from constantly acquiring this HIV, especially in youth. I have seen many, the data nowadays show us that this HIV/AIDS is in the youth.
Yeah,
Huh?
a big percentage.
Especially in
actually, yes.
Kigali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beware, youth, beware.
Yeah.
So another one. A person who has effective treatment on HIV, the person who is taking effectively their treatments on HIV, are they going to live long and healthy lives?
Well, okay. Lifespan for the people are different, but we can guarantee that if you are taking the drugs and also plus with bronchidiety, the risk of ending your life is a little bit low compared to someone who's not doing the same thing. But most importantly, you can't, again, live like someone who doesn't have the condition.
Sure, yeah.
Because you are taking the drugs is kind of stressful. That's why I better choose abstinence more than any other way. And I can guarantee that at least you're going to live longer.
Long, healthy lives.
Yeah.
So it's necessary that they comply to their medications.
Of course, yes.
So another myth or fact. So can you contract HIV through kissing?
Another tricky question. Yeah, of course, kissing,
Yeah.
it's when we say kissing, I don't know if someone can be having an injury while he's kissing each other, but
Unless there is connection between blood,
Yeah.
like there is a wound or
Yeah.
blood exposure, but
yeah,
other than that,
kissing doesn't guarantee to. But I'm not advising to people to to kiss, but kissing is not among the way of contaminating HIV. It's not among that way. So
how about sharing a drink?
no way. That is not.
Yeah, that's really true. So which particular methods are there that people can get infected with HIV?
There are several. There are not like one way of getting HIV and AIDS. There is sharing sharp objects, like someone immediately cut himself and then you're using the object. There is blood transfusion if like you have an anemia and you need immediate blood transfusion. And if there is mother to child contact during the birth and somehow they contact the blood or they exchange the blood between themselves, it's like a child is going to have that HIV.
That's for sure.
As well during the breastfeeding period,
Yeah.
which is very crucial for the mothers. Yes, we definitely emphasize on that because a lot of children may born healthy, but in the process of exclusive breastfeeding, that's when they get HIV. And what do we do here? A mother who is aware that she has HIV and AIDS have to take the meds
to reduce the transmission.
Yes,
Yeah.
have to take the meds within that period of pregnancy. Before giving a birth, have to take the meds. So that will reduce a risk of the child to have that HIV, but doesn't stop a mother to have exclusive breastfeeding. Because there is a myth. There's a myth that if I have HIV, I am not going to breastfeed my child. Definitely.
I think there
and
is
that is
a
a lie.
day they restrict the mother to breastfeed the baby. So there is a day they say you breastfeed the baby this day because after baby will be having risk of contacting HIV.
Sure.
Yeah, there is a day they say this day. I hope it's
It's exclusive breastfeeding. It's 6 months.
yeah, 6 months.
It's 6 months for someone who is already taking the meds before pregnancy.
That's right. So just in case someone meets with such any of the methods that you have talked about, either have sexual intercourse with someone that they didn't know before that was infected with HIV and they later know. So, or someone has probably got the need of someone that's already infected. So what could you do? Is there anything that you could do after that? Or you could just sit and cry and be like, I'm already infected with HIV.
So this is the thing the youth have to know. You know, nowadays the people can go for sexual intercourse with someone who masked you.
Yeah.
The boys or the ladies nowadays, they mask
Men
you.
are scammers.
They scam you and say, I'm healthy, no problem. But luckily you may find that, he or she's
Was infected with
So
HIV, yeah.
within, ideally they say within 4 hours, you have to go for hospital and say, I have been in a
Contact with the
contact
person.
with someone who have HIV. So there is a post or there is a post-exposure medication they give you, and this medication you take it for 28 days, and you took it as oral pills, so it prevents you from contacting HIV. So back to those who are in the medical field, or you can get some contact with the people, because people who are in medical field are engaging mostly with the patient or
Yeah.
other people who have those infection, and they deserve the care. So you may get infected also. An emergency, you can get those post prophylaxis treatment. Also, coming back to gender-based violence, nowadays there is a violence, forced sex with the man whom we doesn't know. So you can go for a Isangi One Stop Center. They give that services, so they can give you post-exposure medication to prevent you from having HIV. So with bright transfusion, I hope these things nowadays now being green layer, because our RBC center is the one who is in charge of accessing those people who are donating blood, if those blood are free from those infection. And the rate in nowadays it still is decreasing, so we are no longer having risk of getting transfused the blood which have an infection. So that's what I can describe really for what you can do as youth nowadays. You have to be informed.
Yeah.
Don't go in the bed and cry.
Absolutely. Don't go in the bed and cry.
cry,
So
yeah.
absolutely. So I think HIV, from what I have heard from you,
Yeah.
it's not something that we should fear. Instead, it's something that we should know and manage with the knowledge that we have. Just in case you are in any dilemma about knowing your status, please go and check up on yourself. After you're being infected, there's nothing to fear about. You're supposed to go and check out your status, effectively take your medications, take care of your nutrition, as we have been saying, and later on continue with the follow-up amongst our different health centers. So as we conclude, which piece of advice are you going to give to our younger brothers and sisters or our whole Rwandan youth?
This is a great an issue, because youth are not informed.
Yeah.
We use social media, we use digital platform, but we are not informed about the issue about our health. So basically, I tell them, I would advise them, taking care of a life, it's a priority.
Priority.
It's our priority. We have to embrace our health and stay having good decision about our health. So you just go on digital platforms, entertain, but also say that, wow, I have to look for other information, or I have to ask someone who is trusted. Nowadays the social media are making us having false information. So what you have to look for is trusted information. Especially we as Menya Health Hub, we give those information which is reliable and trustable and being revised by expert who knows what to deliver. So I advise you, don't involve in those things which can put at risk your health.
That's really true. So by educating ourselves, we are breaking the stigma around HIV.
HIV, yeah, of course.
Sure.
What could I also add on is nowadays the youth is undermining or underestimating the power of the HIV, how it's actually affecting our bodies in different way. So I have to let them be aware of, it's kind of a reminder that HIV AIDS is still there. It didn't go anywhere. If you engage in any of the way we mentioned above, that could be a way of contacting HIV, trust me, our chances of having HIV is really high. But that doesn't mean that I'm here to scare you, that you don't have to go and build a cage of yourself, that you confine yourself there. You have to come and use different platforms where you're going to have the different information on the different diseases and diseases that you might want. But most importantly, we are focusing on the sexual reproduction health. And that's where you're going to find us. You might find the Menya Health Hub that we today.
Yeah, that's what
in
we
the
do.
same.
Yeah, it's what
And
we do.
also, you can also have in different platforms,
Yeah.
most importantly. But always be aware that different social medias, they also have false information. They just want you to be kept in dark.
Yeah.
So you be wise to know which platform are you following.
Yeah.
And we're
Which
here
kind
to
of
help you.
information are
I'm
you looking
getting,
for?
Yeah.
of course.
That's really nice. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us here today. So always remember to stay mindful, be informative, look for the resources and the knowledge that you would want to learn about HIV. So as she has said, HIV is still there. Be mindful with whoever person you're linking up with, and seek the answers and seek the questions. We're always here to support. Hit our inbox, and any question that you would have to ask about this topic, we're available. And always remember, knowledge is power. Stay safe and stay healthy. We are always around for your questions and answers. Hit our subscribe button. Remember to comment, to share, and to like. Share with your friends, share with your relatives. And if you have any other topic that you would want us to discuss on our next episode, please feel free to write on our comments. Next time. Bye.